The Effects of Juveniles in Poverty by Lauren De Hoyos. The importance of the effects of juveniles in poverty is to address the conformity of the poverty lifestyle that some children grow up in. The most common route followed is the one we are currently in. Juveniles in the education portion of their lives are given the chance to branch out and away from the poverty lifestyle. The familiarity of the lifestyle and mental toll that poverty has is what we will talk about. Children in poverty are so closely associated when it comes to their educational abilities and the higher education they are told to strive for. But we have to understand where the push of breaking out of the mold is coming from. Learning about how a child lives in poverty versus how a child lives in a middle or upper class setting is what we are going to focus on as well. The literature review addresses the topic by explaining the association between environment and behavior that is acted upon. Social learning theory explains how behavior is learned through the environment we surround ourselves by. If we are accepted into a friend group because we skipped school to do something with friends who also skipped, this negative behavior could be reoccurring because we want to fit in. Social exchange theory is important because it explains the reason we act a certain way. Our morals as a child seem to be absent. As we get older, our morals become more evident and important. As we grow older, the consequences of our actions have a much greater effect on our lives. Therefore, we set our own guidelines or goals that will affect the way we live. Strain theory is important because it explains our actions in front of others at a young age. The way we are treated at school or by our parents set the boundaries we have for our actions. When researching children in poverty, I expect to find that the connection between children and poverty is a much stronger connection than branching out and succeeding in education and life can control. I feel that the parallel of a child and parent's lifestyle are far too similar to be broken. This graph is important because it shows the percentage of poor or rich individuals who earn a college degree. This quote is directly from CNN Money. About 77% of students from wealthy families earn a bachelor's degree by the age of 24 in 2013, compared to the mere 9% of poor families who earn a bachelor degree. The methods I am using to find information are research and information that have come from peer-reviewed journals that explain the trends of juveniles and poverty levels as well as educational levels attained by youth. The most important findings that I have researched are the amount of mentally ill or unstable juveniles that go untreated or have been given incorrect treatment. The unfortunate findings have been crutched by the mental health care system not having enough workers for youth in need. This graph explains the trend of youths separated by male and female who are affected by mental health by the age of 13. I have concluded that my hypothesis did stand, and conformity seems to be inevitable in most cases of juveniles bettering themselves and leaving the poverty lifestyle. The idea is for youths to prevail and to come out on top, we have no form of stability or issues that constantly hinder their ability to be a better person. It can be nearly impossible. As society tries to push the poverty away, we are actually at a constant divide with poverty and middle-class citizens, whether we like to believe it or not. I have recommended that there be more nonprofit organizations for youths who have a record at a young age to strive and better themselves to be more than their bad rap. I also feel that mental health should always be taken very seriously, and pro bono should always be available for people who cannot afford mental help but desperately need it.